Yeah, so great to meet you today. How are you and how are things going?
Hello, I'm really well. It's nice to meet you too, and things are going really good.
Good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Well, I gotta say, you are really fantastic in this series. And what I love so much is, of course, in the book, Salvor is a man, and you get to play this phenomenal character, this warden of Terminus. So, how did that shape your view and help you create this character?
Yeah, Salvor is a really cool character to play. Super cheeky, really determined. Goes on a real journey in the books and in the show, and I was really excited to kind of bring that all into my version of the character. David and the producers made a great choice of, modernizing Salvor, which I'm really thankful for because it means that, little girls who look like me get to see themselves represented in a really big show that normally wouldn't have happened. Back in the day, we wouldn't see this happening. It's an honor to be playing her.
Yeah, I can just imagine. And of course, Foundation is booked on Isaac Asimov's like spectacularly popular book. Now, had you read it before you even got this? Were you aware of it? Are you a sci-fi freak?
Well, before I got it and before I auditioned, I didn't know anything about Foundation, but I did love sci-fi, and I've always loved sci-fi. So I was actually quite surprised that I wasn't aware of it. Also surprised because my mum's side of the family, my grandmother and my uncles, they'd all read it, and none of them had told me ever about it. So they kept that from me for my whole childhood. But I did start reading it. I'm a bit of a geek, so I kind of started reading it as soon as I got the part. And over the past, however long it's been, I can't even remember how long it's been. I've been reading the book. Yeah, I've been reading the books, and I'm currently on Prelude to Foundation, which is my sixth book in the order of publication. So I've
Wow.
got one book to go. I'm really excited to see how it all links up. And I'm really impressed by the books, and I think the show does such an amazing job of adapting it.
Absolutely. And what is so cool about this show is, a lot of people will be watching it going, that's all green screen. Like we're talking major sets. Can you talk about working on such a grand scale production? And I can't imagine that every day you walk on set going like, where do I look now? Like, wow.
Yeah, well, I would have thought that, when I started this job, I was kind of thinking, God, I'm gonna have to look at green screens all the time and tennis balls and people in green morph suits and things like that. But no, really didn't have to do that at all, really. It was We were so fortunate to have worked with the team that we worked with, who were so dedicated to making it feel real and using this wonderful place we call home as a character in the show. The landscapes are beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's all real. Walking along a big far like massive landscape in Iceland with snow pelting in your face and a drone really far away from you, you feel like the only person on the planet,
Yeah.
which is quite beautiful, really.
Yeah, it really, really is. And it's so spectacular to watch as a fan. Okay, so Salvor has some really great fighting capabilities. So I wanted to know how much fun you had prepping for that, and I hope that you did not sustain any injuries.
Yeah, I hope so too. That I didn't sustain any. No, Salvor is, her job is Warden of Terminus, so she's in charge of making sure everyone's safe. That's kind of her role. And she's also the daughter of two really high-ranking people in the community, so there's a lot of pressure on her to do well.
Right.
But she's really dedicated to her job, and so she will, I imagine she's the kind of person who would get up in the morning, go off out in the snow and lift some really heavy rocks, and then punch some trees, and then run around the perimeter for like 3 times. That's the
Right.
kind of thing she does. I am not like that, but I did have to train for this role. I used to be a dancer, so I'm in touch with my
Yeah.
body, and I really enjoy doing all the stunts and the fighting and the running and the jumping and all the things that were necessary for kind of creating Salvor. I enjoyed it so much. It was quite a dream, actually. The stunt team are
Yeah.
amazing, and they were so supportive. And I think I came out without any scars or bruises, so we're
That's
good.
good to hear. I'm happy to hear that. Well, like I said, you are really, really good in this series. Best of luck with it. And what a pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to you today. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you so much. Hope you
Take
enjoy.
care.
Bye.
Have a nice day.